little chicks and travellers. In today's video, I'm going to be going through how I set up my new cute desk setup. I started this off not thinking it was even possible to have a setup like I do currently due to the size of my room and some constraints, but after going over, I was able to figure it out. But I'm hoping that this video will maybe help or inspire you to create a space you love and want to spend time using, because I feel like it's really important. I will try and include all links in the description for you guys because, I'm not trying to gatekeep. But yeah, let's get into it. Okay guys, so today's the day. We're currently going to be putting up my new desk and my new desk setup. I wasn't really gonna record any of it, but I spoke to a friend and she was intrigued of what kind of cable management and stuff I'm planning to do. We basically have the IKEA desktop, the 𝙰𝚂𝚗𝚞𝚡 I think it's called, and then we have white legs. You'll see the ignore my feet. You'll see the top of the desk. I went with is it like faux wood kind of like texture look instead of the white that I normally do, because my room's pretty much white furniture everywhere, so I wanted to break it up a little bit. Then we have this kind of what would you call it? I call it like a crate, a extension lead crate. So basically I'm gonna attach that to the back, and it will mean I can put my extension lead in it. Right now I'm opting for an extension lead that also has like individual switches, which is going to be useful because currently, in order to get good Wi-Fi in my room, or internet per se, I have to use a what is it actually? I have to use a extender thingy. Like, I can't remember what it's called, but I'll insert a clip of it probably. And then I also have a little USB switch thingy that I like to attach to my desk for like my controller, my mic and stuff like that, so if I don't want it on, I can click the button, everything to preserve electricity, as everything that's happening in the world. I don't know if I said, but I went for white legs. We have little screws, which these ones are good because they have like little I don't know if you can see, but they have little claws in them. Yeah, there we go. So it really like locks on, which I like. But with this you do get some stuff anyway. You do get Velcro strips. I already had some because previously I watched another video, which I'll probably link in the anywhere in the description for that. But it's really nice. I think you can get it in black as well, which if you have like a darker desk and stuff can be useful if you've got like black legs. But yeah, you do get strips, you do get screws, but I might opt for these ones just to give a little bit more extra support, because it's not heavy, but with a small desk like this, and especially with it being IKEA, I figured I would rather go bigger or go home. I got these from Screwfix, and they're basically spacer bar saddles, and they look like this. They're supposed to be I think for like trunking or whatever they call it, which is like how they hide big cables and stuff if they don't want to, or if they're not able to put the wiring through the wall. But I figured it would be really good because I've got like thick cables in some parts, so it might be useful. So that's kind of what we're doing. And then, some tools. I got this to open this so that I'm not like cutting anything or damaging anything. But if you are going to use something like this, you want to be really careful. I'm only going to use it in the little corner pieces that already stick out. I'm not going to use it on like directly on here because I feel like I'll damage the desk, which we're not trying to do. I have double-sided no more nails tape. I don't know if this is still viable because I did have this for quite a while, but basically what I'm going to use this for is to put sorry, is to use it for this. So that's what I used before. It worked really well. I never had issues about it like coming off or anything, so hopefully that'll work well. But yeah, that's all we've got here, so I'll continue on when I get to the next stage, which is going to be putting the legs on, and then hopefully I'll be able to show you what the top of the desk looks like, because what I plan to do is kind of measure it on the wall and where exactly I want it, and then from there I'll decide where to put the rack. So yeah, let's go. I swear, little update. I forgot how much screws IKEA stuff has, so I'm just currently screwing along, but it is coming together. But yeah, my wrist is already sore and I'm only on the first one. Gosh. Okay, so we're currently on to the rack. You know how I said I was going to use these screws for this to give it a bit extra support? After doing the legs, I realised that those screws are actually really long, so just in case to not have any future problems, I think I'm going to use the screws that are provided just because they're a lot longer, and then you also get washers. And because the worst thing, I wouldn't want that to be a problem, because I do trust these, but they are quite short in comparison, so I wouldn't want the rack to like fall and hit my PC or something like that. So I'm just gonna go with what they provide and hopefully it works out. So I'll check back in once it's done and then we can see what it looks like. Okay, bye. And just like that, we're done. And that's not going anywhere. Like, that's in there. I don't like thinking about what you're going to be using it for. I don't think having like an extension lead and some plugs and stuff is really going to add like too much strain on it anyway. But I just went and put all of the screws in the 6 holes. It might be overkill, it might not, but I'd rather be safe than sorry. But yeah, it looks good. Moving on to the next part. So I finally got the rack on and the extension lead plugged in. I then moved on to placing the USB splitter with the No More Nails tape. It worked perfectly. After this, I got all the devices in their position and plugged in. I know this looks like a mess, but please don't be too hard on yourself. The point of this for me is 1, keeping all the wires off me and away from damage, but also being easier to remove if I ever need to repair or replace the items, and this accomplished that, so it works perfectly. Moving to the top of the desk, I placed the current items I had from my previous setup. I have a 2 monitor setup, got a keyboard, mouse, a mouse mat. I've also got my 𝚤𝚂𝚗𝚞𝚘 microphone, phone stand, stream deck, and lastly desk organisers, which look great next to the desk design. I also put up 2 cute IKEA picture ledgers. So first of all, we have these command strips and cute clear hooks. I got these during Christmas time for festive lighting, but I still had a few spare, so I'm gonna see if these work, but if not, I do have an alternative, so keep watching and let's get it up. After placing the first 2 hooks, I then placed 2 on either end of the bunting for extra support. If I have to, I'll buy more for the centre part, but for now the 4 I have are doing great. And just like that,
we are done. Again, I will leave links to everything I possibly can. Look out for some ASMR unboxing videos on some of the trinkets I got. I know the wires of the keyboard, mouse and mouse pad and my controller don't look the best, but I opted not to put holes in this desk like before because I wanted to upgrade my keyboards and get a desk mat eventually, but for now I'm loving the new space. This is it for today's video. If you made it this far, comment what your favourite item of my desk setup is, and don't forget to subscribe. I'm trying to grow the coop and gain more little chicks. See you in the next one. Goodbye.